to one of America's greatest Americans, one of its greatest humanitarians. I'm going to read two poems. One's about Mahatma Gandhi, as his ideas on peaceful resistance had quite an influence on Dr. King. Gandhi got a lot of his ideas from older American, Henry David Thoreau. His book on civil disobedience talked about ways to peacefully resist in large masses. So keep that in mind. Henry David Thoreau was probably an influence on both of these great men. But I'll read the Gandhi poem first, and then I'll read the poem to Martin Luther King. This poem I call Mahatma, the Day of Hiroshima. For 6 years, men have dropped mere doves in a rattling crossfire of bullets. And now it has happened. A black snow settles over my Asia. There are no words to cool the crematoriums, and the fragrance of ritual or rhetoric does not divert the hungry jackal from the shallow grave. Yet all we have are our words. Mine seem like rain that falls into the ocean and turns to silent salt, when I'd rather my words be seeds to brighten slums and outbursts of fruit, or dawns of flowers to spring gardens in the frozen hearts of men. I've dreamed on the glistening peak where the lotus blossoms, that nations shook hands across the Maginot Line, that leaders planted Europe and my Asia in ribbons of parks and forests. But I'm speaking from the heart, and the sickness men carry is the sickness in their heads. And my words fall on deaf ears, and I've lived too long in the burned ash of day. Okay, now my poem to Dr. King is still in I think a state of genesis. I started this poem Saturday and we critiqued it yesterday, and so it's still going somewhere. But the poem evolved from three things. One, a similarity between Dr. King and what he represented to his people, and his similarity to Moses in the Bible. And the other two, I took quotes from Dr. King, the one about his four little children not being judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, and wove it into the poem. And the other quote, a little harder, but still, I think it represents what Dr. King stood for, that we must be willing to die for what we believe in. Otherwise, we're not fit to live. So let me begin. This is called Down from the Mountain. Like Moses before me, I've climbed to the mountaintop to speak with God. I've stooped at this high altar to ask Him to deliver my people out of bondage and into freedom. Older, grayer, wiser, Moses came down from Mount Moriah. and so too it is with me. While I pace the green slopes of Georgia with such urgency and purpose in my steps that words tumble from my lips and take wing in the hearts of my people. But good men who have preached the love and peace I preach have died before me. Yet we must be willing to die for principles by which we conduct our lives, or why live? What is this dream I carry? This thing Langston Hughes called a dream deferred. What is this dream that nourishes me? This dream that feeds my people? I tell you, the dream is this, that my 4 children be not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Let no jail or prison sway me from this pursuit, and never let any fear silence words of truth. Thank you.